What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another live stream from Scalar Learning. And if you hadn't noticed, today I'm experimenting with a different positioning of the mic. We got one of these. First of all, how is everybody doing? I hope you guys are doing well, staying healthy. We're in an interesting time right now with the quarantine that's going on essentially worldwide. And I'm just sort of out here because I wanted to remind everybody to keep that grind going, especially if you're prepping for the SAT and you might be taking it now in June or maybe in August. And hopefully that June date will stay intact. But hope you guys are all doing well. I got that quarantine hairstyle going. I figured, hey, I'm just going to rock it, not even wear a hat. Why not? So yeah, I got a new mic set up. Let's see how this is. I know it's kind of a little bit in the shot, which is a little weird, but it's easier for me to see the screen and I don't have to like look around the mic. Usually used to be right here. You couldn't see it, but I thought this was a cooler, a better setup, more optimal setup. So listen, guys, I made a couple videos about the fact that, hey, you still gotta, hey, what's up? Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome to the stream. So, I mean, look, things are tough right now. You're doing distance learning, you're doing all these things, but honestly, SAT prep is probably the one thing that you can be really consistent with because there's so many online resources. There's a lot of good stuff that you can still do and stay on track with that, even if other things are getting a little dicey in terms of learning from your teachers online. There's a lot of great resources on YouTube, and I'm obviously going to continue to crank out these videos even more so now. Last week was a little bit tough. Last week was just, the last 2 weeks were very busy for me tutoring-wise, which is why, you know, I wasn't as prolific as I wanted to be. But now we're back in the zone, and we're rocking out lots of content. Yeah, so Hamza, you're asking, when will I be doing more SAT problems? This is it right now. I'm doing them right now, and we're going to be crushing SAT problems for the foreseeable future. You know, I'm back in the groove. That's it. Hey, that's 5A to 710. That's amazing. By the way, anybody who's gotten their SAT results back and wants to make a testimonial video, right there, if that's an amazing jump. If you want to make a testimonial video about how my channel has helped you, please let me know. It's super easy. I'll give you the instructions. Just film yourself on your iPhone. It probably takes like 5-10 minutes max. And you'll get free math merch. Of course, you get a t-shirt of your choice or a mug of your choice, whatever you want, from my Teespring store. So you just let me know. But if you're interested, let's talk. Email me. My email address is huzaifa@scalarlearning.com. Okay, let's get into it. This is the official PSAT from October. Somebody sent this to me, and I've been wanting to go over it because this PSAT I thought was super difficult, the math section. Maybe not the no calculator section as much, but when you see the calculator section, hopefully I'll do it tomorrow, you'll see it's quite difficult. So we're going to knock out this one, and I'm going to do it in a time setting as always. I usually like to do these completely cold, but I have looked at this. It's been a bit since I looked at it, but I did look at this test already with a couple students, so it's not a total surprise, all the material, but hopefully it'll, as closely as possible, mimic me taking it for the first time for real. All right, guys, we're going to start in 3, and make sure to post your questions because I'll answer them at the end because I can't answer in the middle. 3, 2, 1, let's do it. Mario purchased 4 binders that cost X dollars each and 3 that cost Y dollars each. The given equation represents a situation. Which of the following is the best interpretation of 24 in this context? Immediately what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this into slope-intercept form because I don't want to mess around otherwise. Oh, wait. No, you know what? That 24, it's not going to, no. Because if I put it into slope-intercept form, the 24 is going to be, it's going to turn into an 8. So what this means is he purchased 4 binders and 3 notebooks. That means that if X and Y are the cost, right? $24 is how much money he spent. That's the total cost. That's it. Oh, not for all binders, for just, it's the total period for all binders and notebooks. There it is. Okay, number 2. The function C is defined by C of X equals 2X plus 3. Which of the following graph is the, okay. So 2X plus 3, so Y-intercept of 3, that's out. Y-intercept of 2, that's out. It's obviously going to be D. Yeah, because that's a y-intercept of 3 and a slope of 2 over 1. So it's D. This one's out as well. Number 4, wait. What? No, that's number 3. It's so hard to read this. It's kind of not the best copy. A city's total expense budget for 1 year was X million dollars. The city budgeted, oh my God, my hair is crazy right now. Okay, the city's total expense budget for 1 year was X million dollars. The city budgeted Y million for departmental expenses and 201 million for all other. So it's X million. And then Y for departmental expenses and 201 for everything else. So Y plus 201, everything else, equals X, the total, which represents the relationship. Y plus... So Y... Wait a minute. It's this one, X minus Y. Because if I take the equation I set up and I subtract Y from both sides, I get X minus Y equals 201. Boom, done. 4. Which of the following ordered pairs is a solution to the system of inequalities? I just plug them in. 1, 0. So if x is 1, that's greater than 0. If x is negative 1, that's not greater than or equal to 0. Negative 1, 0. If y is... No, x is negative 1. Nope, that fails. I think it's D. So 0 is greater than negative 1. 0 is again greater than negative 1. Yeah, it's D. Because this would be 0 is greater than or equal to 1. No. Yeah, so it's interesting. It's like A and D are the only ones where x is actually greater than y, which has to be the case based on this first one. And then A fails the second one, but D survives it. Okay. 5. What is the value of x minus 5? Well, I can actually do a little nice trick. I could solve for x and do, but check this out. 2 of that plus 3 of that, I can treat this just like a variable, so it becomes 5 times x minus 5 equals 10. Divide both sides by 5, x minus 5 equals 2, x equals 7. Oh, sorry. We don't want x, we want x minus 5. So what is the value of x minus 5? It's 2. That was close. All right. So what are the solutions to the given equation? So they just plugged in the quadratic formula. So it's negative b, which is 5, plus or minus the square root of b squared, which is 25, minus 4ac, 4 times 6 is negative 7, and minus that, so it's going to become positive, right? Minus that negative is going to cancel out. So we know it's a plus in the middle, so these are out. I'm sure it's 168, but because that's the only option. But anyways, 4 times 6 is 24, times 7 is 140 plus 28. Yeah, it's 168. Over 2a. A is 6, so 2 times a is 12. Now look, we don't have to do a bunch of work. We don't actually have to solve. We just need to figure out which one's the right equation, and it's this one, right? This has the wrong b value anyways. Negative b is negative 5, not negative 6. All right. Did I get it? Yes. All right. Number whatever, 7. I don't know what it is. Hold on. 6, 7, yeah. Which of the following is equivalent to the expression above, aka distribute and combine like terms. Distribute, and that needs to be FOILed, not just squared, like 4x squared plus 25. That FOILed is 4x squared, and then it becomes plus 10x, right? Because we'd FOIL it, so that's plus 20x plus 25. This, the negative distributes. I'll watch how I'm going to set it up. So that becomes negative x, positive 2. See how the constants are lined up, the x's are lined up, and that becomes 2x plus 6. Okay, now we can see it's going to be 4x squared, 20x, 19x plus 2x is 21x. And then this becomes 25, 27, 33. These are the wrong constants. And there it is. There's the 21x. Boom, done. What is the y-intercept of the graph of this? Okay, y-intercept occurs where x equals 0. So I'm gonna plug in 0 for x. It becomes 3 to the 0 plus 3, which is 3 to the third, which is 27. Let's make sure I got that right. Yeah. All right, number 9. Which expression is equivalent to this? First of all, the square root of 16 is 4. Goodbye, goodbye. Second of all, the square root of that is x to the 8th, not x to the 4th. Because it's asking what times itself gives you x to the 16th. It's this because we add the exponent. So x to the 8th, you know, this times itself is going to give me 16 x to the 16th. So there it is. Number 10, in the xy plane shown, square ABCD has its diagonals on the x and y axes. What is the area of the square? Okay. So this is a 5. Okay. So each length, it's a square, right? Each length is this length. But to calculate this distance, it's not 5, if that's what you think. So 25 is out. It's bigger than 25, so whatever. But this is 5, 5. This is a 45, 45, 90. So this is actually 5 root 2. This is actually 5 root 2. So the area of the square is 5, right? Because if I use Pythagorean's theorem, 5 squared, 25, plus 5 squared, 25 equals 50. And then square root of 50 is this length, which is that. So I take these and I multiply them. And I get 25 times 2, because square root of 2 times square root of 2 is 2. 25 times 2, 50. Done. You know it can't be 100, because this side length is not 10, right? There's no way it would be 10, so it's the other way to kind of eliminate. Oops, did I circle it? Yeah. All right, 11. Solution to system equations is blank, which is the following is possible value for x times y. So first we have to solve. We'll do a little substitution maybe. So I'm going to plug this in for y. So I get x squared equals 6x plus, and then replace that y with negative 6x plus 36. These cancel out. X squared equals 36. X equals plus or minus 6 because we got a square root, right? And let's just use the positive value of 6. So if I plug in, if I plug in positive 6 here, y equals 7. I'm sorry. Y equals negative 36 plus 36, which is y equals 0. So I've got one possible solution of 6 comma 0. Those multiplied against each other is 0. The other one would be negative 6 comma, and then if I plug in negative 6, I get 72. Negative 6 times 72, that answer is not there, so we're rolling with A. Miss Tabanelli deposits $20,000 and counted as a 5% annual interest rate compounded yearly. If she does not add or withdraw from the account for 2 years, how much interest will she have earned? Okay. So look, I'm just trying to think of the easiest way to do this without a calculator. Because we could plug it into the formula. Is that the best thing to do? I feel like it is not. I think you're just going to do it like this. So let's do year 1 and year 2, okay? So for year 1, she's going to earn 5% interest of 20 grand, which is 1,000. No, what's wrong with me? 5% of, yeah, it's $1,000, right? Yeah. All right, so it's 1,000 because we do 0.05 times 20,000, right? And we get 0, 0, 0, 0, 10, move 2 decimal, 1, 2. So it's $1,000. Then in the next year, you might be like, oh, well, she's going to earn 1,000 again. No, it's actually D for sure. She's going to earn more than $1,000 because now we're getting 5%. You didn't even have to do the calculations. It has to be D. But we're getting 5% of 21,000 because you take that 1,000, you dump it in there. So it's compounded yearly. She does not add or withdraw, it's saying. So right now, what's 5% of 21,000? It's obviously got to be 1,050 for this to work. But if you want to do it, right, 0, 0, 0, 5, 10, 1, 2, boom, happens to be 1,050. So she's going to earn a total of 2,050 for just interest. Okay, now number 13, this looks like. Okay, make sure, yeah. What is the equation for the graph shown below? First of all, I see a negative 4y intercept, which means if I plug in 0 for x, I should be getting negative 4. If I plug in 0 for x here, I get 1 plus 4 is 5, out. If I plug in 0 here, I get 1 minus 4 is negative 3, out. Because, right, anything to the 0th power is 1. 0th power 2 to the 0 is 1, minus 5 is negative 4. It's this one. That one's out. Just on that basis alone, I'm confident. I don't need to do anything else. I'm happy. Okay, now we get on to the free response. Obviously, right, it's the PSAT, so we only go to question 17, not 20. The function g is defined by this. What is the value of g of 6? Plug and chug. Function notation. This just means 6 goes in for x, so it's 1/2 of 6 minus 1. That's 3 minus 1 is 2. What value of x satisfies the equation above? Distribute and solve. 6x minus 3, equals 4x plus 12. Subtract 4x, 2x, add 3 to that side equals 15. X equals 7.5. Let me just make sure that's right. So I don't like getting a decimal there. 6x minus 3, 2x, 15, 42, 28, 30. Yeah, that's right. Okay. I just plugged it in and made sure it made sense. In the system of equations, C is a constant. If the system has no solution, meaning these two lines are parallel, which means that C equals 1/2. Done. Why? Because these must have the same slope and a different y-intercept. They already have a different y-intercept. They're both in slope-intercept form. So the value, if it has no solution, the values of the slope must be identical, which means C has to be the same as that. Just know what no solution means for a system of linear equations, and you're good to go. If 1 over x equals this, what is the value of 3x over 4? I'm trying to think the best way to do this. This is really, okay. Just combine like terms, right? So I need common denominators here, so I'm going to take that x and multiply it by 3 and 3 equals 5. Then this becomes 3 plus 1 is 4 over 3x. How nice and convenient. Equals 5. And then we need the reciprocal. We need 3x over 4, which of course is the reciprocal of this, which is 1/5. If you're not as comfortable doing that, you can always just multiply, right? And it's 4 equals 3x times 5. Then you can divide both sides by 5, right? So then we have 3x equals 4/5, and then divide both sides by 4. And you get 1/5 equals 3x over 4, right? Like either way, you can work it out and figure it out and get to this point. Okay, we're done. We got about 11 minutes to spare. I don't believe, the person that sent me this, I don't know if this has answers on it. I have to double check. Hold on. Let's see. Oh, we do. All right, good. What? Why are there 2 sections? All right, I'm not sure what this means here. Okay, I'm assuming it's this. Oh, it looks like the same anyway. No, it doesn't. Okay, we'll have to figure it out as we go along. Let's take a look. Pretty sure I got all these right, so that will be the indicator. All right, so it is, yeah, it's got to be this. CDBDA. CDBDA. AADBC. AADBC. And then ADC. Then we got 2, 7.5, 1/2, and 1/5. Alrighty, that is correct. Boom, nailed it. Let's see what questions we got. Hey, what's up? I believe June is not canceled, Justin. PSAT seems easier than that. No, it's not really supposed to be. It's pretty much supposed to be, well, you can argue a couple different ways that you want to think about it, because look, the College Board says whatever score you get on the PSAT is supposedly the exact same score you'll get on the SAT if you took the real SAT. I don't know if I believe that 100%, but that's what they say. So you can say theoretically, yes, they're the same. Oh, Ahmed, that's amazing. Tell me how you like it, all right? How you like that course. So, but I think they're supposed to be pretty much identical. When I show you the calculator section tomorrow, you'll see it's not easy. It's hard. This was a little bit on the easier side, definitely. Yeah, reading and writing is coming, my guys. I've told you that, and I know you really are asking for that a lot. It's coming. Okay, went down. Yeah, I have a lot of advice. I mean, main thing is just practice, work hard. look at my Dr. John Chung videos. Those are really hard resources, so that'll be good. I'm doing them now, you know. I'm going to be rocking them out. So yeah, I'll probably do it at the same time roughly tomorrow. So I'll as soon as I get that set up, I'll post it and we'll do the calculator section tomorrow. I'll give you more advanced notice. Khan Academy is amazing to use to prep for the essay. No, what mixed review? Well, okay, I'll give you the mixed review. The mixed review is some of the practice problems are on the harder side, right? And they're a little bit disjointed sometimes from actual SAT problems. But in general, it's a good resource. It's categorized. It's broken down really nicely. So I'd say it's definitely good, and it's free, and you can't beat that. You can also check out my video course. As Ahmed said, he just got it the other day. So that has about 700 practice problems on there and video explanations for everything. So I think it should be, I think that should be a good one too. All right, guys, I got to roll. Thank you so much for joining. I hope you liked this video. If you did, please click that like button. It helps the channel out tremendously and helps spread the word. And if you want to see more, obviously, please click that subscribe button. Thank you so much. Stay safe and healthy. I'll be back on tomorrow with another live stream. Best of luck. Take it easy.